topic, which we're going to talk about as well. So, without further ado, we'll get started with WWE. Of course, it's been a jam-packed week with a lot of events going on, but we wanted to highlight one specific PLE that happened on Sunday, and that was Evolution. Of course, Evolution is an all-women's pay-per-view, and it's all devoted to women's wrestling and how, how far the women's wrestling has come and how great they are in general. So I have a lot of thoughts in terms of what happened, but I'll let Zeke discuss what was some of his highlights and things that he thought perhaps could have been better. But I don't know if there's a lot that could have been better because it was a great PLA in my
Nah, it was trash.
yeah, here you go.
No, kidding. Nah, it was a great pay-per-view all around. Like, it didn't feel like there were any bad matches from, like, the Intercontinental Championship, from even the tag team match as well. And just all around amazing. With Jade, too, and Naomi, their fight as well was great. Like, there was just so many great wrestling match. Like, usually there's always like, I could have lived without this one, but they really showed up and showed, especially Iyo and Rhea Ripley. That Iyo Sky, I love Iyo Sky and everything. And
Before you keep going, because I just had one thing I want to say. Are you sure? I was thinking about this. Is Iyo Sky? Is she the best wrestler, on planet Earth right now? No matter, gender.
That's a good question. I'm gonna say every time I watch her, as far as if we're just talking about wrestling, it's always enjoyable. Like, she knows how to, do everything right. You could argue she's the equivalent of Shawn Michaels in that regards.
In a different way, yeah, because she's able to, have matches with anyone, so that's what Shawn Michaels does.
Yeah, exactly. So, as far as wrestling goes, I don't think it's far-fetched to even...
Maybe Kurt Angle. I think Kurt Angle might be a better... Because she's,
Okay, man, I'm sorry.
Because Shawn Michaels... Kurt Angle and
Michaels?
Shawn Michaels are, different, When I think of Kurt Angle, I'm thinking, a pure wrestler. That's why I'm thinking of Iyo Sky like that. But Shawn Michaels is more... he's a great wrestler, but, he was more so, it's, his... charisma, how he was able
Iyo Sky's charismatic?
Iyo Sky?
Yeah, what do you mean?
I say, if we're comparing Iyo Sky and Rhea Ripley, who is more charismatic? Is that the first thing that comes to your head when you're thinking of Iyo Sky? Is charisma?
In some ways, yes.
Okay.
Wait, you...
The crowd goes loud for her because she's a great wrestler. Nobody is, going loud for her because of her aura like they are for Rhea Ripley.
She has aura. What are you talking about?
Isaiah. If we're comparing Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky right now,
why are you trying to compare two that
because
both
we were talking about
they both have
Kurt Angle and Shawn
but
Michaels.
They both have. Why can't they? Two things be true. Why can't Iyo Sky and Rhea Ripley both have aura?
I'm not saying that. No, that doesn't because
what are you?
You're using that word very loosely. Aura is used way too loosely now. When I'm thinking of people that have aura in WWE, I'm thinking Roman Reigns, Rhea Ripley.
See, it's not always about crowd cheers, though. I feel like
that's exactly what it is about. When the crowd comes in and they feel you, that is aura. That is exactly what that means. Undertaker, aura. When I'm thinking of a wrestler, Chad Gable. Chad Gable does not have aura.
Okay, that's fair.
But he's a tremendous wrestler. Just like Iyo Sky is a tremendous wrestler.
She has aura, though. What are you talking about? How are you?
In what way, Isaiah? Because she does that one, that thing.
Y'all, you see, you're. It's Rhea Ripley gets such because you went to one Raw live and heard her
No, I've been saying this for months, and of course you wanted to mention that, but I've been saying that for months. But you just don't want to agree with what other people say because it's so different. But Rhea Ripley, she generates the loudest crowd noise, and she has done that for almost years now.
But you can't say that she doesn't have charisma though. You cannot say that. She captivates people with her wrestling. That's charismatic in its own way. But then even outside of that too, she's charismatic in her own way as well. Like, just because she's not, like, talking, like, as much as...
That's what, like...
So Kane wasn't really talking that much, but did he have charisma or...
Charisma is... See, stop saying charisma. No, Kane did not have charisma. Like,
with
do you know what charisma is?
Yes, charm. It's about charm. He had a charm about him.
Kane?
When he was wearing the mask and everything, yeah. It wasn't like a... oh my goodness, but it was like,
you're just, again, like I said, you're using this word very loosely, and it doesn't make sense to say, like, someone who doesn't have, like Kane barely talked when he had the mask on.
So you gotta talk to be charismatic? You gotta talk?
I say it.
Is Rey Mysterio charismatic?
There's a difference between charisma and aura. Rey Mysterio has a great aura to him because we know that he's the ultimate underdog. That was part of his...
But there's a charisma to him too, though.
How, Isaiah? Do you know what charisma means?
What does charisma mean? Tell me what charisma means. I want to know in your own words. What does charisma mean?
The personality. What personality comes out of Rey Mysterio?
The mask is his personality.
Thank you.
So that's charisma.
Having a mask, that means that you have personality? Eddie Guerrero is charismatic.
Yes, he is, yeah.
Okay? Eddie Guerrero is different than Rey Mysterio.
So are you saying they both are not like...
Who?
Are you saying Rey and Eddie are not charismatic?
Eddie Guerrero is definitely charismatic. We could hear it from him.
See, you don't remember the WCW days with Rey Mysterio on this show.
Okay, now we're bringing up I'm talking about WWE, okay? And this was meant to be... I was trying to have a crowning achievement of Iyo Sky being the greatest wrestler on the planet right now.
And I'm trying to highlight Iyo Sky. You trying to talk about being charismatic.
When you say things that aren't true, though, you can't, you can't say things that aren't true. She is a tremendous wrestler. She's not charismatic.
She is charismatic.
People are not drawn to her because of her personality.
What do you mean? What? Yes, they are.
They're drawn to her because she's a tremendous wrestler, and it shines through sometimes.
Why can't two things be true? Why can't it be wrestler and also...
It can be true if it's actually true.
See, no.
But
can I please go back to hyping up?
Hype up the actual women's division. Don't say something that isn't true.
I didn't even say nothing. You was the one that started it. Was talking about, I want to stop you right here.
Yeah, because I had to. I knew for a fact you were going to say something that was outlandish, perhaps. And
you the one that brought up if Iyo Sky's up there with,
the greatest wrestler on the planet right now?
Yeah, you the one that brought that. I was like, yeah, you could argue, and you just got mad that I brought up Shawn Michaels. That's how it really all started.
Yeah, because you compared her to someone who is
maybe it wasn't. Fine, maybe
that's why I said Kurt Angle is a better comparison.
Fine, potato. My goodness, both two charismatic wrestlers, I would say, with Kurt Angle and HBK. But okay, anywho, yeah, and just. It was entertaining all around, and then especially Naomi coming in at the end and stealing it and everything. That was that great twist that we needed. It added a little je ne sais quoi, if you will, and it was great. I enjoyed it.
You're so corny. But do you think Evolution was the best pay-per-view that you saw, that's happened this year?
But consistent, everything was consistent. There wasn't one where I was like, oh, okay, let me just turn off this match, or I'll watch the highlights for it, or I really enjoyed all the matches, so I could say, yeah.
Yeah, Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus, that was a good match, given where Trish has been. She doesn't wrestle that much, and
exactly,
good showing for her as well. The No Holds Barred match was. It gave Jade Cargill the bump, and then because we didn't know that Naomi was gonna cash in later tonight. That wasn't I was not expecting that. They've been talking and hyping it because she's on SmackDown, she was gonna cash in on Tiffany Stratton. I thought she was gonna cash in perhaps on Tiffany Stratton that night. Yeah. I think Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky, that was it's always recency bias, you have to be wary of that. But I watched that match and I was like, that's if that was at WrestleMania, that would have been the best match.
Oh, for sure, yeah, for sure. That's not ridiculous.
And I think there were 2 matches at WrestleMania that were like potential match of the year candidates. So like,
definitely,
I think WWE understands that Iyo Sky and Rhea Ripley just need to be involved in matches now because, yeah, they fought at Raw, they fought at WrestleMania, Evolution, they're fighting again at SummerSlam, so.
It's a good recipe, yeah.
They like, definitely have chemistry.
Yeah, the chemistry is there, and you could, not to make a comparison again, but to your boy Shawn and Bret Hart and everything.
Oh my! Wow, you going with these comparisons.
I was just saying, like,
Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart.
If we talking about best wrestlers and all that, like, and everything, I mean, what, Rhea Ripley ain't up there or anything now, or?
I definitely think that she's showing that, yeah, she can definitely, like, she can wrestle. She's not just, like, a powerhouse and all that. Just, no, she definitely can fit with anyone. But, wow, Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart.
That's what it's starting to feel like, because it's like, I mean, even though they have the triple threat and everything, it's like, yeah, they can have a match with each other, they have a fatal 4-way, but if they're involved, it's gold and everything now, so.
Perhaps it might be, like, I'd say might be, like, in terms of the storyline, what they're doing, because Rhea Ripley, like, the story is that Iyo Sky still has her number. She can't beat her. So it might be like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Because, like, Roman Reigns, for all his greatness, still, like, the storyline is that he can't beat Seth Rollins. It's always, like, Seth Rollins has his number. But
yeah, I would like it if they do the long-term storyline where it's like
she still can't beat her.
Yeah, and everything, and then maybe it's like I could see it being a big moment at WrestleMania or something where it's like she does end up, like, that's not going to happen soon, but it'd be like a big thing, so.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, exciting stuff though with the
women's division for sure.